Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Murder on the Orient Express. If you've missed any of the previous episodes, go and check them out so you're all caught up because we're a reasonable way through the game now. And in this episode we're going to start off by pressing tab because we're going to work on the translation of the engraving which we found in the last episode, which was on the music box, I believe. So, well, on this thing that came out of the music box. So we're going to try and use Poirot's knowledge of Russian to translate this engraving. So let's see, because I have absolutely no Russian language skills at all. So let's hope this is simple. I assume we've just got to match the letters. See, the thing with this is I'm not seeing that particular letter already. We've got a very limited selection, it feels, of letters. Let's start at the end because that looks like a backwards R. So that's, I think we have one of those. We've got one of those. We have an N, although that looks different to that N, but we'll go with it. This looks kind of like that. Is that an A? Or is that something else? Could that be? It's possibly an A. That's a T of some kind. So this has to be that, surely. So it's, what is this? I mean, probably it's got to be an A, right? Because we're spelling Natalia. Surely.
Natalia.
There we go. We've learnt Russian.
Would it be
in the first minute or so of the video?
Dragomiroff?
We've learnt
She is the
Russian.
only Russian passenger on the train. In addition, her first name begins with an H in Cyrillic. Et voilà.
Okay, so that's the first thing done today. What do we need else do we need to do? So we need to talk to Mr. Dragonoff now. We'll probably just go and do that then. We've still got to interrogate some people there, I think. Although they go to a green node, so maybe not. Maybe this is all we need to do. So we'll talk to... and where is she? I wonder. Let's see. Does it tell me that in the character menu? Where is she? Room 107. She's all the way down here in first class. Or second class. (107), here she is.
I am not prepared to receive anyone. Come back later.
I'm sorry, madam, but a man has been murdered. I must ask you a few questions.
You must have misunderstood me. I cannot speak to you just now.
Madame, I know that Sonia Armstrong is your goddaughter.
Come in, please.
Please forgive my intrusion, madame, but I really must ask you some questions.
Then ask. I'll answer if it pleases me.
We have not been properly introduced, yet I have observed her a couple of times, so I can already deduce some things about her.
Well, we know she is Russian. We know she's probably 85. Director of a museum.
That was easy.
I will first ask you about last night. Will you tell me your movements?
I went to bed just after dinner. I read until 11, then tried to sleep. Later I woke.
What caused you to awaken?
I suffered from back pain, a consequence of old age interfering with an active life. I called Schmidt around 12:45 a.m. to give me a massage. She did so until I fell asleep.
How long was she with you?
A good hour, I would say.
I see. The first initial of your first name, Natalia, in the Cyrillic alphabet looks exactly like the letter H in the Latin alphabet.
I'm Russian, Monsieur Poirot, and I was the head of a museum of antiquities in St. Petersburg for decades, until I moved to Berlin recently. I'm familiar with Cyrillic.
This handkerchief is yours, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. I lost it.
It was found in Monsieur Rachett's room. Can you explain to me why Madame Schmidt didn't identify the handkerchief? She must have known it was yours.
Possibly to protect me. She is very loyal. Your next question will be, how did my handkerchief come to be lying by a murdered man's body? My reply to that is that I have no idea.
That is not an answer, madame.
It is all I am able to give you.
I must tell you, Princess Dragomiroff, I have discovered something astonishing.
And that is?
You are Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
You make that sound like a revelation. I have never hidden the fact, monsieur.
You knew Colonel Armstrong well, then?
I knew him slightly, but his wife, Sonia Armstrong, was my goddaughter. I was on terms of friendship with her mother, the actress Linda Arden. Linda Arden was a genius, one of the greatest tragic actresses in the world. I was not only an admirer of her art, I was a personal friend.
Very well. But this links you to the Armstrong kidnapping case. Helena Andreni is the sister of Sonia Armstrong, the late mother of Daisy Armstrong, kidnapped and killed by the man who was murdered on this train, Rachett.
Indeed. Was it he? Then justice has at last been served.
Allow me to summarize.
Do I have a choice?
First coincidence, I shall call it. You are close to the Armstrong family, and the presumed assassin of Daisy Armstrong was killed while you were on board the same train. Second coincidence. Your handkerchief happens to be found at the foot of the victim's bed. Third coincidence. One of the stab wounds inflicted on the body was by a left-handed person. You are left-handed. That is a lot of coincidences, Princess Dragomiroff.
Well, Monsieur Poirot, call it fate. If you report to the police your coincidences, they will laugh. A woman of my age and frailty has violently murdered a man? With how many potential witnesses who saw me doddering along the corridor in the middle of the night like Lady Macbeth?
You are right, Princess. You could not work alone, which means you have one or more accomplices. And it is only a matter of time before I find out who they are.
I would appreciate it if you would remove yourself from my room and take your fantasies with you.
Not before we have a look to see what's under here.
Привет! Привет!
Did she say that? Or was there a parrot under there? Okay. Cross-checking new alibis. Okay, I think we can leave. I don't think there's anything in here. Alright. Mind map. Who are these people alibis that match? So... You go there. You... There. You...
This is wrong.
No, that's not right.
But I'm never far from the truth.
We're not far from it. I think it's there and there. There we go. It's what I meant to do the first time.
That's the right answer.
Alright, so we've cross-checked some alibis. We need to report to Book because he wants to find out what's going on now. I think that'll probably take us to the next part, so let's go and do that. We have information, Book.
Oh, Poirot, you're there. She hasn't moved, but she seems to be waking up little by little. What about you? Your investigation progresses?
I find myself helping everyone with their problems before they can help me with mine. I have shifted boxes, helped with hangovers, repaired an orange juicer, unlocked some Russian dolls, all so my investigation can proceed.
Don't forget the dessert recipe.
How can I?
Truly, the labors of Hercules.
My friend, I would rather clean out the Orient stables. Yet, I have managed to solve a few mysteries.
Oh, tell me everything.
The embroidered handkerchief belongs to Princess Dragomiroff. I also found out that she was Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
On the same train with the little girl's murderer?
Exactly. Also, Elena Andreni is the younger sister of Sonia Armstrong, Daisy's mother.
Another passenger connected to the Armstrong case?
Yes, Book. What are the odds, do you think? But I cannot see either woman stabbing Rachett over and over again in a frenzy. And they apparently have alibis. I had 3 theories concerning the broken watch. It could have been tampered with. It could have been out of adjustment before the murder. Or, of course, it could indicate the actual time of the murder. The only hypothesis I could rule out was that the watch was out of adjustment. For the others, they are impossible to verify. So the watch is of little use to the investigation.
And I was convinced that it indicated the time of the crime. 2 women involved in the Armstrong case.
Let us not forget our patient here. There are 3 women.
Look, she seems to be waking up.
What's happening to me? Did I fall asleep again?
Indeed, Mademoiselle Locke. Did you take any medication? Sleeping pills, for example?
No, I never use sleeping pills.
I inspected your cup. You can clearly see that there is a residue of something at the bottom. I'm sure a lab test would confirm you were drugged. Most likely an overdose. That would explain your battle to shake off the effects.
You think Fräulein Schmidt did it?
She certainly had the most opportunity, but why would she?
But no one knew who I was. It's impossible that someone deliberately targeted me.
Maybe it was just so that you didn't realize she'd left the room. Miss Locke drugged. Choose 2 of the most likely suspects to have drugged Miss Locke. Well, Schmidt, obviously. Now, you would say Dragomiroff, wouldn't you? Because of the link. But we have seen other people with sleeping tablets as well.
I must admit I'm not right
Yeah.
this time.
Who else had the sleeping tablets? He could have,
This is wrong.
but he didn't.
But I'm never far from the truth.
It's got to be Debenham then.
I do
Nope.
not
No,
think
we're not doing
that's
very well
the
here.
right answer.
Hubbard? It's got to be Hubbard then.
I must
Nope.
admit I'm not right.
Who else
this
had the
time.
sleeping tablets? Mr. Michel?
Fräulein Schmidt
Yeah.
or Monsieur Michel may have drugged the tea that Mademoiselle Locke drank.
Fräulein Schmidt or Pierre Michel could have drugged your tea. They are really the only two people on this train who could have done it. But why would either one do it?
Mr. Poirot, I'm feeling much better. I'd like to bring you up to date to why I ended up on this train.
If you are able, I would very much like you to finish your story.
Very well then. After the Daisy Armstrong case was officially closed, I put out a standing request to the police departments in the Boston area for anything on Michael Clark. But he didn't turn up on their radar. I even set up an anonymous tip line for news about Clark. That's how I met Braid, a sketchy contact on the dark web, but they found nothing I could use. 4 long years passed without anything new. Every day I looked at the evidence board I put up in my apartment bedroom. Then this morning, a police report landed on my desk that changed everything. I paid a visit to the police property room and took home a box full of clues. There was his name. Michael Clark.
The death of Michael Clark.
A bill from the power company with, I'm sure, plenty of excuses why my rates keep going up.
Is that really necessary?
Travel. For the discriminating traveler. Also for the overworked detective who never seems to have time for vacation. Well, I can dream, can't I?
Hey, look who it is. I'm sure that's like a Vauxhall insignia or an Opel insignia in Europe. Thought he was an Italian car maker.
Travel. For the discriminating. Also for the. I can.
That's enough of that. We don't need any more of that. Okay. Let's get to it.
Years of no new leads in the Armstrong case. And then this. Michael Clark. The sarcastic reporter. My prime suspect in the kidnapping. Murdered 4 years ago?
And clearly a different person.
This is Michael Clark? He doesn't look anything like the journalist I interviewed. Michael, you have earned a place on my evidence board.
We knew it at the time. What a shame. All the important clues to find automatically evidence to the evidence board. You can sort them anytime. Okay. Oh, let me open the box now. We can. So,
The lab team found this keychain in the cabin, but they wouldn't have bothered to examine the keys once the DA shut down the investigation. The keys were just tossed in the evidence box along with everything else. It's too unusual not to demand a closer look.
interesting. Okay, well this needs to be, clearly this needs to be pressed in the correct order. We're not just going to get it by hitting them. I'll have to come back to that, remember those. This looks a slightly easier puzzle to solve. Could you imagine having all this on your keychain? Okay, so we're making a skull. What a way to hide a USB drive.
A USB key. Let's plug it into my PC and see what nasty little secret it contains.
Okay. We still don't know what's in the dice, but we can hopefully come back to that. What's this thing about? It's got to be something there as well. can't think what this would be, though, because they don't... I was hoping they'd make some noises or something. So we don't know what that is, and we don't know what that is yet. But we can come back to those once we've found some information out. See what's in here. Abduction. So this is a cutter in the tape.
All that evidence, and yet no DNA found.
Is that it then? Nothing in there?
The only fingerprints found on the bottle were Suzanne's.
It's not a surprise. We know she was set up.
Fluffy. Daisy's plush toy. Suzanne's hair, so conveniently left in the cabin for us to find. It was planted. I knew she was innocent.
So it's just this we don't know anything about then. I mean, it's not going to be 2019, is it? There's no zeros. Possibly a birthday to the person whose keys they are. Hang on, we've got the torch to look at here. What's this? A key. Oh, lockpick kit.
What do we have here? A flashlight. They can also conceal knives, but in this case we have lockpicks.
I quite like that as like a little gadget. It's quite nice. So yeah, we'll come back to that because I've no idea at the moment. Okay, so first we have Daisy. This is the Michael Clark who isn't Michael Clark, who we've suspected all along. But sadly we had to let him go. We know she's innocent.
I knew it! The faces don't match at all. They are clearly two different men. I should run facial recognition on my computer.
Should have done that anyway, really, to be thorough at the beginning. We'll do that. Is there anything else we can look at here? Don't think so. Suicide of John Armstrong. Wow, so he committed suicide as well. What a terrible thing. The whole family dead. Don't think there's anything else we can look at there, is there? Let's go to the computer. Let's run facial rec.
Okay, the real Michael Clark has been dead for years. Let's see if the photo of the fake Michael Clark matches someone in the database of known criminals. I've tried this several times in the past few years, but came up empty. Maybe whoever he really is has finally made a mistake.
Took off his disguise.
That could be him, but he looks pretty different.
He does, but, you know, let's give him some...
Yes, he seems different at first glance, but still, it's the same person.
Let's give him some hair, shall we?
Okay.
Give him some glasses. His nose is the same. Ears are the same. Mouth, slightly different, but I think it's the same. It's just the beard.
Nice.
So what is it then? It's the forehead?
No, Joanna. That doesn't track.
I disagree. He has taken some wrinkles out of his face. His It's got to be his mouth.
Come on,
then.
Joanna. That's a rookie mistake.
What? What has changed? His ears look the same to me. I guess it's his nose. Even though his nose looks pretty similar, I guess it's slightly indented there and it's pointy there.
He's changed his appearance a lot. Probably had some plastic surgery on his nose, but there is no doubt it's the same person. Let's see why he was arrested.
He had plastic surgery to look like this. Is that what she's saying? Arrested November 23rd, 2023 at the airport in Armenia. Possession of stolen ancient artifacts. There are 3 Mesopotamian statues. Confiscated, placed under suspicion. Paid. Okay, so he's on bail. Trial is set for 2024. Just happened. Well, it hasn't happened because he's dead, but would have just
Mr.
happened.
Rachett, you didn't just steal statuettes. What recent information does the database have on you? It's so frustrating. I have a name, but I can't find anything about him. But I know just who to call.
Robot Defense League, we are monitoring this call.
Hello, Braid. Long time.
Oh, Joanna. Hey, how may I assist you?
I need you to search the dark web.
Yeah, can you narrow that down a little? Cause, it's pretty big and pretty dark out here.
Could you find intel about a Samuel Rachett?
Samuel Rachett. Got it. Bad dude?
They don't come worse. Send me what you find by email.
Alright, hang on. Okay. Yeah, okay. Nope. And okay. Oh, this might be something. I gotta do a deeper dive, but you should find this interesting. Could be coincidence if I believed in them. Emailing details.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
We're here to save mankind. Oh, it's a cookbook.
Let's have a look. Oh, look, tickets. What a surprise. Booking made by Hector McQueen for the 2nd of June 2023 from Istanbul to Paris. 15th of December to the 18th of December. 3 passengers, Hector McQueen, Samuel Rachett, Edward Masterman.
The Orient Express. I'm gonna print these tickets and put them on the board.
Let's have a look at that USB key. Ah, look who it is.
Shaved off the Metro beard. But I'd recognize that smug bastard anywhere. The man I interviewed 4 years ago posing as Michael Clark. This goes on the board.
Identifying mark.
Maybe they needed to show the ransom to someone to check if the serial numbers were still on record. I'll print them, and on the wall they go.
I really think this is a clue. I mean, how many people are going to have a tattoo like that? You'd think that would be relevant. Unless
Absolutely
it's his.
nothing on this Cassetti. His driver's license is almost surely a fake.
Everything about him is a fake. We knew that originally. I wish we could have investigated. I know it changes the story, but if we could have investigated
I
further
know I
at
have
the
to
time.
stop printing. It's bad for the planet.
I know, you could just use a digital board, couldn't you? Come on. Okay. So. You are you.
Goodbye, Michael Clark. Hello, Samuel Rachett. The man who stole your identity and your life.
And that also links to
So,
this.
Ratchett's real name was Cassetti.
Presumably this one links down here as well. Okay, so then we've got this cache. Ah, here we are. Autopsy of the tattoo. Boston shooting victim unidentified. Well, so that is that then.
This tattoo is the same on both pictures.
Told you it was relevant. There's something here, isn't there? So none of those go with that, though. I wonder if that's him then. Is it? Anyway, these tickets all link up together, obviously.
These tickets were all booked by McQueen.
And the tickets
This is Rachett's ticket.
also link to you. This is very clustered now. That's
The person traveling with Rachett has the same last name as my district attorney during the Armstrong case?
we just link him straight to him. What's left to be linked here? Anything? Says so. What haven't we linked here then? Boston shooting victim still unidentified. We know is linked to this. We know he's linked into the tickets. That's to there. We know that's not you. I feel like this money must match. Surely the serial number on that must... I'm not really sure what we're supposed to be matching just there. And I still don't know how to get in that thing. We have a closer look at these. What could... whose keys are they going to be? They're going to be... probably yours. Wish I knew what that code was on the keys.
The DA resigned soon after the Armstrong case. It haunted him just as it has haunted me.
Feel like there's just these that need linking in somewhere. I'm not sure where. Hello, there's a golden mustache down here. Let's grab that.
Not really my style, but I'll take it. I've read it probably 10 times already. But I can't get enough of it. Don't know why. Maybe because it helps me sleep?
Kind of an irrelevant thing to be looking at. We got some more information yet. Aha, we do. Hector McQueen.
I knew it. He's the son of my former DA. He goes on the evidence board.
Ah, here we go. This is why the evidence board wasn't finished. So.
Hector McQueen is the son of District Attorney McQueen.
Are we done now? Or can we link them to this? I still think that money needs to be linked in somewhere.
I know I have to stop printing. It's bad for the planet.
We've got no more information to look at, I don't believe.
The Orient Express. I'm gonna print these
Yeah, you've already
tickets
done
and
that.
put them on the board.
With Daisy.
The Orient Express departs from Istanbul next week. Interesting. I'll put it on the board.
After all that, we had the evidence right next to her bed.
The event? Some old train. But that face, that man.
After all that, the evidence we were looking for, she was just sleeping next to it the whole time. Okay. Let's see what's linked here then.
Next week, a certain Edward Masterman will be on the Orient Express. Rachett will be traveling on the Orient Express in a week. Hector McQueen will be on the Orient Express next week. Foscarelli will be on the Orient Express next week.
Kind of obvious, isn't it? Do you really need to pin that and sound so surprised over it? Especially with the three that have tickets. We don't know. Well,
Here's what Hector McQueen looks like. This guy works for Rachett, and if that's a coincidence, I'll eat my badge.
Have we done now? Still think there's something more. These, I think it's these. They're the only things that aren't connected to something. But I don't know what. I got a feeling it's probably going to be something to do with this, maybe.
I know that face. That's John Armstrong's driver.
Oh, there we go. Start with this thing. So we can push these things in. They don't seem to do anything. There's no noise or anything from them. We haven't seen anything like this is the code. Unless. What if it's this one? What if we follow these dots? So left, right, left, left, right, left. Oh, yes. Better be something good. What have we got?
What do they call this? Brass knuckles? Knuckle dusters?
Is that
Illegal in Massachusetts. Possession alone can lead to serious jail time.
Is that all it was? Brass knuckles? I thought I was a genius there. I thought I'd worked something out brilliant and I didn't get anything out of it. I wonder whose keys they are though, where you need brass knuckles. Is this key always lit up? What's this key for? Oh.
A key knife. They sell them on the internet for self-protection.
This is a very serious key ring. We've got a blade here. The other thing had some picklocks on it. We've got knuckle dusters. 3569. I wonder if that's going to be the code for that dice. Let's have a look. Is there even a 3 on here? Yes, there is. 3. 5. 6. 9. There we go. 12 has opened. And we have...
What do we find?
Cyanide.
A capsule and a smell...
So this is a spy's keyring then.
Bitter almonds. Cyanide.
Whose keyring is this? This is serious kit. So you've got your cyanide pill if it all goes wrong. You've got your lock-picking kit. You've got knuckle dusters. And we found something in here, but I can't remember what now. Oh, the USB thing. I think we're finished with that then. Yeah, we have. Interesting. That gave me absolutely nothing for the board, though. Or for here. Which is annoying, because this must be the bit that's holding us up then. Are you kidding me? That's all we needed to link that in. What? I'm sure we did that before. Still something, though.
As Rachett is alive, the dead man can only be Noah.
Of course. Finally.
Damn, Rachett is taking the Orient Express next week. McQueen, the district attorney's son, is too. Foscarelli, the Armstrong chauffeur, is too. It can't be a coincidence. McQueen and Foscarelli must have decided to take revenge and will undoubtedly attack Rachett on this train. I have to be on the Orient Express to stop them. And above all, I must stop Rachett. But I can't do it in Istanbul because there's no extradition treaty with the United States. Rachett can never be judged in the US without an extradition treaty. I'll have to wait until he's in Paris to have him arrested.
Okay, that was really... It was good. And it makes sense, but there's too many crossed wires everywhere for it to make sense when you're clicking on it. But, yeah. I knew we'd missed one. It took me forever. I had to go all the way around the board. Right. Order a ticket. Let's just go online for that, do we?
Every compartment is taken for this special anniversary journey. It's impossible to find a ticket. What can I do?
Fraud. Could do. Buy a ticket from someone. Could do. I mean, either one of those options is possible. Buy a ticket from someone or fraud. I mean, she's a person of the law, so really she should just go with this option. I think she did this one, based on our knowledge from the future. Because she sneaks on the train, but we'll buy a ticket from someone.
Let's find out who's traveling on the Orient Express. Time to call Braid.
Let's do it the right way. Let's not do fraud.
Braid! it's me again.
I haven't found anything useful yet.
I need one last favor. But it's a big one.
Uh-oh.
Can you find me the list of passengers of the Orient Express for that anniversary trip?
Hold on. Jeez, their IT is surprisingly good. Maybe because of the big event. I found the list, but they sealed my back door as I was starting to capture it.
Oh no.
Whoa, calm down. I got one name. Female. The name I got before they kicked me off the server was Stacy Johnson. Do you feel like a Stacy Johnson?
The question is, how is she going to feel about helping me?
That's one you'll have to figure out for yourself. I gotta go back to weaving my magic on the web.
Stacy Johnson. Born 17th of December 1998. Actress, starred in the movie Love and Despair, sponsor of several associations helping sick children, arrested for attacking a paparazzi. Case settled out of court.
Hello, is this Stacy Johnson?
Who's asking?
I'm a journalist, I'm a police detective. Let's go with the truth.
My name is Joanna Locke. I'm a police detective.
And I'm just an actress. Now what did I do wrong?
Nothing. I need your help. I need to take your place in the Orient Express.
Is this a joke? No way.
Do you remember the Armstrong kidnapping?
Of course I do. That poor little girl.
I'm a police officer. I have a new lead that may help me find her killer.
Wait, didn't they prove it was the nanny?
I have found compelling new evidence. I've reopened my investigation.
You know, I had my doubts about the murderous nanny. I played a nanny a couple years ago in a slasher. I was killed in the first episode, but it got me interested in helping kids.
Stacy, please, you say you help kids?
Well, I joined a couple of associations who are trying to help underprivileged kids. If this little girl's real killer is still out there somewhere, I'd do anything I could to help.
Getting me on that train will help more than you can imagine.
So, you want my ticket for the Orient Express? But I booked it months ago. I was so much looking forward to this trip.
Make a nice gesture or buy the ticket twice its price. Let's make a nice gesture.
Stacy, I can tell you care about kids. Here's your chance to help put this beast in prison for the rest of his life. Think of the publicity for those causes you care about. Think about the kids.
The kids. Yeah. All right. We'll do it for Daisy and the kids who suffer. I'll take care of changing the tickets to your name and send it to you. Get him. Make him pay.
I will.
Nice. We didn't even have to
Thank
pay.
you so much.
Oh, we played a blinder there. Didn't even need to pay the ticket price.
Stacy was as good as her word. I received the ticket. I called my chief to let him know I was taking my vacation time. I had coming. I flew to Istanbul. I was finally going to nail the monster responsible for Daisy Armstrong's death, Michael Clark's death, even his accomplice, and, I suspected, so many others as well. You know the rest.
And that's how I found myself on this train, on Rachett's trail. The rest, you know. My identity is easily checked with the Berkshire Police.
Thank you for your detailed account, Mademoiselle Locke. In addition to giving us crucial details of the investigation, you have made it clear that there are many who might wish to see Rachett dead.
Is Miss Locke innocent or a suspect? I mean, potentially she's both, because she's very, 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 embedded with this case. She's been working on it for a long time. She cares a lot about it. Could she have seen a moment of red when she finally came eye to eye with him? Possibly, but she seems reasonably constrained. She knew what was right and wrong. She knows what she's doing. She was going to wait till Paris to get him so she could get him extradited in the first place. So we'll go with innocent.
I know you are innocent. Your forthright testimony and your movements, or lack of them, last night, eliminate you from our list of suspects.
I agree, without a doubt. Another detective will be great help to the investigation.
Book.
Although my friend certainly does not need any help.
You are too kind.
Thank you for believing me. I'd like to help in any way I can.
Do not worry, Mademoiselle Locke. Already I see things more clearly. It's obvious whoever drugged you was trying to derail your investigation.
You mean the person who did this to me is Rachett's killer?
Both Monsieur Michel and Fraulein Schmidt had the means and opportunity to drug you. While you get your strength back, I intend to interview them.
Excellent idea, my friend. All this excitement has whetted my appetite. I'm sure Mademoiselle Locke won't say no to a good, invigorating meal.
What? No. I want to hear what the conductor and Fräulein Schmidt have to say for themselves.
It is my duty to ensure the well-being of the passengers. If Dr. Constantine has no objection, I will escort you to the restaurant car.
On the contrary, some food will do her the greatest good.
Well, I'm still a little shaky. Mr. Poirot, will you please keep me informed about what you learn?
You may be certain of it.
Okay, well, I think that is going to do today's video. Got quite a way through today. We've got some new stuff to do next time as well. Plenty of interrogating coming to do. Everybody's basically going to be interrogated in the next episode. So make sure you don't miss that. If you have enjoyed this one, make sure you leave it a like. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you for another video very soon.